Hi everyone, welcome back to our videos. We haven't made one in a while, but today we're going to be talking about self-care. So basically self-care is any action that assists you in taking care of your mental, emotional, and physical well-being.
Hi everyone. Yeah, self-care is really important, I think, because we tend to, when we get busy or bogged down or stressed, tend to not take really good care of ourselves. Like everything else seems to come first, which in my experience, as a result, we don't do as well on those other activities when we're tired, burned out, and not taking good care of ourselves.
Exactly. So today we're going to have a few tips for you guys, and the first one that we have is cooking.
So I love this one because I love cooking and I tend to cook very elaborate meals. Um, and I like looking for new recipes to try, and it just is really relaxing.
Yeah, I agree. So that's also like one of my favorite activities to do. I like doing it with my best friend. We'll send each other just different recipes that we find online. Some of them can be really healthy, some are really easy, some are quick, or like you said, elaborate. And it's just a really good way to know exactly what you're putting in your body and also just have some fun. Put some music on while you're cooking or do whatever you want.
Yes.
So that takes us to our next one. And the next one is one of my favorites, and it is taking care of plants. So I really like this one because I think that it promotes a lot of mindfulness when you're taking care of plants. Every single one requires different lighting, different type of moisture, and that just kind of reminds me of ourselves because everyone needs different things, but we all need the basics and we all need some sunshine and some water. So I think that having plants, as you can see, there's one right here in the corner. I have a bunch of babies, and just being connected to plants can be amazing for your mental health. So I would recommend maybe get yourself a little cactus or something easy to start off with. But yeah, being around nature can really help lighten your mood.
One of the things that I like plants too. I'm not as good with plants though, so I only have a couple that I can, ignore until I decide to remember to water them. But I do like getting fresh flowers every week or so and putting fresh flowers in the house because I think um, that they're beautiful and that they really lighten up a space.
I agree. And our next tip is reading.
I love books. I think books are great, and I am a avid reader of a whole bunch of things. I've noticed that with school and work, though, in particular, I don't always have time at the end of the day, well, rather energy. So that has been like one of my New Year's goals is to read more books for fun and not, just textbooks.
Yeah, reading for fun can be fun. And then we have our almost last tip, which is exercise. So this is probably also another one of my favorites that I like to do a lot. But exercising releases chemicals in your brain, such as dopamine, which have like this feel good pleasure center in your brain. And it just helps reducing anxiety, depression, and a negative mood. And it can also help like your self-esteem and your cognitive function when you're running and pushing some air through your lungs. It just feels really good. And, you know, it's a good way to, you could take a walk. You could go for a run. You could do something hard or something easy.
Exercise is not generally my field of expertise. Like, it is not something I do on a regular basis in terms of like a planned thing. But because I do not drive, I walk a lot. And, um, I also live in a building without an elevator. So I get like lots of steps in a day.
Yeah, that's always good.
Mm.
And then our next one, we have meditation.
So this one is something that I do tend to do, whether it's in the morning when having a cup of coffee or in the evening at the end of my day, just sort of sitting in silence or with a guided meditation or music. There's lots of different meditation apps. YouTube also puts guided meditations on, so you can use that. The problem that I found with the guided meditations and stuff on YouTube is all the ads that like, so that can be a little bit distracting, but there's a whole bunch of free meditative apps that are really useful. And I like it because even if I do it for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, it centers me and brings me back into, you know, a calmer state of being, which is really important when you're feeling the effects of stress.
Yeah, I think that's also meditation just also has that kind of mindfulness thing that I was talking about earlier. You kind of see where your own headspace is at if you're having really negative thoughts, or it just, like you said, helps center yourself.
I like mindfulness as a practice. It's been really helpful, and just like, you know, focusing on the present moment and where you are and what you're doing. And I think that really helps make things clearer.
Exactly. So we hope that these tips were able to help with some of that, and being in the moment and just feeling better. But yeah, if you have any suggestions, or if you want to let us know what you do as self-care, please feel free to leave that in the comments.
Excellent. We hope you're all well and are taking care of yourselves, and we hope that these tips will help you. And leave a comment, leave something, and we read them. So
We'd love to hear your feedback.
bye everyone.